What's going on, everyone? Cameron Blaze here, welcoming you to our Week 2 team builder for the PBA Season 3. I am the coach of your San Antonio Silentits, and this week we are taking on Tate and the St. Louis Talonflames. He is a really good friend of mine. He's coming off a hard loss last week, lost 5-0, I believe, against, I think Cross was the one who beat him. It was either Cross or someone else. But lost 5-0 against him, so he's definitely wanting to bounce back this week. And he has a really good team, as my phone is ringing. Um, well, you're just going to ignore it for now. Yeah, he's a really good team in my opinion. It's one of the better teams in the league. I think it's just got some common weaknesses, and he can easily patch those up. But, question of the day, what is your favorite Gen 5 Pokemon? As you can see, he has a good bit of Gen 5 in my opinion. He's got two of my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon, and Thunder's T and Terrakion, and he also has a Golurk. So, yeah. My favorite Gen 5 Pokemon is actually Zoroark. It's my favorite Pokemon of all time, so I just like me some Zoroark. So let's get into his team before we get into our team. Up first, he is a Thunder's Therian, one of his 3 Z-move users. Very, 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 very hard-hitting Pokemon. Has a great move pull in Volt Absorb, so that way we can't freely Volt Switch. 105 in attack, 145 in special attack allows this thing to be mixed or physically fully or specially fully in the offense. 101 speed is really good because then it outspeeds most things in regular format because 100's like your base like normal speed stat. Has a really good move pull. Gets Discharge Dark Pulse. You can hit our it gets Sludge Wave for things like our what's it called? Florges. You can run like Z Poison Florges on our and then Oko our Florges. You can run Superpower and do a good bit to our Piloswine. It also gets what's it called? HP Fire will actually Oko us, and he can set up an agility and always outspeed us with Kartana. So we have to watch out for this. Thunder's T actually puts a good bit on our team, and the only Pokemon that I can think that lives a hit or two can be our Charizard, because he doesn't get much for Charizard X that I know of. Charizard X has a great matchup this week. It actually just like 6-0s him, which is amazing. I can't, I've looked a few times just to make sure, but I do not think he gets anything for our Charizard, and that's why I think we're going to sweep with it. Does get Smackdown, so we have to watch out for Smackdown. So I think we're fine. And again, just 145 attack, special attack is just so hard to swap into. It's such a great wall breaker. And we have prepared pretty well for that. Up next, he has a very bulky Pokemon in Toxapex, one of the best Pokemon in Gen 7. Rocking the base 152 defense and 142 special defense, but other than that, it's very, very frail. I would say it's sit-up fodder, but it gets haze, so you can't sit up on it. Some abilities it gets are Merciless, meaning if this thing poison you, it's always going to have critical hits, so its attacks are actually going to do a good amount. Or a Regenerator, so he can always get that constant recovery, so he can bring either or. I think he's going to bring Regenerator if he does bring this, which I fully expect him to bring. It just works better on his team, and Regenerator, it's just really, really bulky. He can set up Toxic Spikes. Excuse me. I'm so tired. I'm recording this, I don't even know how late I'm recording this. My clock isn't right on my computer. But it's got the Baneful Bunker, so it's like protect, but if you make contact with it, you'll automatically get poisoned. And again, I would say it's setup fodder, but haze hits through substitute. I almost wanted to bring a sub Belly Drum Charizard, but I couldn't because this thing with like Roost, it was gonna be like sub Belly Drum, Roost, and then Fire Punch, because that just like destroys his entire team. Tuco's Toxapex, fun fact. I legit almost brought that set because I didn't know that it didn't hit through it, and yeah. There's that. Again, very bulky, just doesn't hit hard at all. I 100% expect him to bring it probably a haze. It's like going to have probably Scald, Haze, Toxic Spikes, Baneful Bunker. That's the set I expect him to bring. Up next, he has his Metagross, his other Z-move Pokemon, 135 in the attack, 130 in defense, and 90 in the special attack, so it can be specially offensive. It also gets screens, it gets agility, it gets Earthquake, Bullet Punch, So Gyro Ball, it can be in a Trick Room team. It gets Meteor Mash, you gotta watch out for that. Pursuit, it does get Psychic, it's Ice Shock, it gets Rock Polish, Sludge Bomb, and Thunder Punch. This is another kind of, like, this is, something else I'm really, like, about, because, it actually can put a big hit on our team if it sets up, like, a Rock Polish. This thing can just almost sweep us. It's kind of scary how good this thing is against us. The only reason I'm kind of leaning about it is because it does it's not that fast, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, Charizard says with Dragon Dance, this thing can't outspeed after a Rock Polish. Does get Stealth Arcs though. Can kill our Kartana with like a Z power up. A Z Hammer Arm will kill us. Regular Hammer Arm almost kills us. I think. I don't think we can die. But like if we swap it on the Hammer Arm and then he Bullet Punches, we will probably die. I didn't check that. I just saw that he would kill me easily. Again, really high attack stat, really high defense stat. Not that fast though, so there's that. Next, he has an Umbreon. Umbreon is a very, very bulky Pokemon. 130 in the special defense, 110 in the defense, 95 HP. Another really bulky Pokemon. To go with his Toxapex, these two work together very well, as Umbreon is weak to fighting, but Toxapex covers that. Toxapex is weak to Psychic, and Umbreon covers that. So he has a very well put out defensive core between the two of these. Gets Foul Play, so that way it can just blow back our Charizard after a Dragon Dance. It does get Heal Bell, so it is a Cleric. It can Wish, Protect, Stall with Toxic. Other than that, its move pool is not the greatest. It can definitely be some setup fodder if used right. If we can work around it correctly, we can set up against this thing. So we need to look out for that. Again, very bulky, just hard to deal with. Not much. I do not expect him to bring Umbreon. I think he's bringing his first three and his Mega Pidgeot and then Terrakion. Those are the three I think he's bringing. Oh, those three, Mega Pidgeot, Terrakion, Latios are the three I think he's bringing. But up next he has his Incineroar. Incineroar is my starter to choose of Gen 7. Marking 115 in the attack, 90s in the defensive, 95 in HP. So it's actually pretty bulky. It's can hit with hits. And it's 16 the speed, so it's very slow. Sadly, cannot get Intimidate yet. It is his other Z move user, so we need to look out for that. But its move pools are pretty good. It gets like things like Cross Drop, it gets Crunch. Darkest Lair, it's a really cool move because it ignores stat changes, so we can't like set up defensive things and then try to sweep, because an Incineroar just like can kill us. Other things he can do, he can fake out us. It does get Fire Fang, Flare Blitz, it gets that Flame Charge if he wants to be cheeky. Leech Life is actually kind of interesting. Gets Outrage. If he brings Outrage and gets our freaking Charizard, I will be done. Because it actually OHKOs if he's banded. Other than that, we actually can live one. But other than that, he can't really do much to us. Does get the Swords Dance tool. We gotta watch out for that. U-turn for a pivot. I expect him, if he does bring it, I expect him to be like a Will-O-Wisp U-turn kind of set just for a pivot, slow pivot. It's actually really good as a pivot Pokemon in my opinion. It's also very good offensive, so we need to watch out for that. Yeah, but other than that, I do not expect him to do much with this. Again, just like Flare Punch my Kartana to death, and we can't really do much back to it. Gotta watch out for that Bulldoze, bruh. Watch out for that Bulldoze. Up next, he has a Golurk. I do not expect him to bring a Golurk at all. Has 124 in the attack. Gets like Earthquake. The Elemental Punches. Gyro Ball, Hammer Arm. It gets Rock Polish, so it can set up. It gets Rocks and Superpower, but other than that, it doesn't really do much. It's mainly here just to be a no-guard wall breaker with Dynamic Punch, or it can be a Iron Fist wall breaker. It might do like 90% to something and then die. That's usually what Golurk does, or sets Rocks. So those are his first 6 Pokemon. To go over his last 6, first we have his Mega Pidgeot. Something I'm very familiar with, probably my favorite Pokemon in the Mega format. Rocking the 135 in the special attack, 121 in the speed. No guard, Hurricane just hits like a truck. Most of what Hurricane doesn't hit, Heat Wave does. Because Flying Fire coverage is very, very good. And then he can run like a Hidden Power Grass for rock types, or he can run Hidden Power Ice for like electric flying types, like, or if he was facing a Tornty, you can run HP Ice. Gets defog. It can be an agility. I like the workup set where you just boost your special attack even higher, because the last thing you need to do is see this at +1. And its speed stat is great. I think it's like 175. Let me check. Yeah, that's how well I know that. 175. Just hits very hard. Very good Pokemon. Agility, again. Agility, Sweeper, Pursuit Trapper. It does get priority in Quick Attack, which has been clutch. Let me tell you. Quick Attack can be clutch. Other than that, its move pool is pretty limited. There's not much our team actually can do to it. It's actually a very good match against my team, except for Jolteon. Jolteon outspeeds and kills this thing 100% of the time. Up next, he has a Latios, another Pokemon that's very good against me. Latios is rocking the 110 in special attack, 130 in the special defense, and 110 in speed. And it's just a very good Pokemon. It matches up pretty good against me again. It outspeeds our Kartana, which is kind of scary. Again, I'm not bringing Kartana this week just because like he has a lot of stuff that outspeeds it, and if I lock myself into a certain move, most teams I can just lock myself into like Smart Strike and sweep them. Not against this team, because he has an Incineroar and a Thunderous Tea and a Metagross that can all swap into smaller Smart Strikes and then set up against me. And that's the last thing I need. So no Kartana this week just because of that. And if I run like Adam, if I don't run that and I run the speed boosting one, then I'm not going to be able to get some necessary Okos that will prevent me from sweeping. If I run the attack boosting one, then we're going to be outsped by a lot of stuff, and I don't think Kartana's good bring this week. That's okay. Enough about that. But Latios does get Calm Mind. It's his best form of hazard removal, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure this is in default. Gets Calm Mind. Calm Mind Draco Meteor is very hard to swap into. Does get Psy Shock. Gets Energy Ball. Gets Ice Beam. Gets the Psychic Shock. It gets Earthquake. Gets the Reflect type. I don't even know what that does, to be honest. Gets Roost, Shadow Ball, Sucker Punch. And Wish. It is a Wish Passer. So, yep, there's that. Up next, he has Ace Terrakion, a very, very hard-hitting Pokemon. At 129 attack, it's probably one of the top wall breakers in the format because rock fighting hits so much. It's so hard to swap in against this thing. This thing can set up a Swords Dance. It can be banded. It can be scarfed. It can set up a Rock Polish. It can set up anything. It just has a great move pool and Sacred Sword, Stone Edge, Superpower, Zen Headbutt, X Scissor. It gets Poison Jab, Iron Head. It gets Earthquake. It gets Close Combat. It gets Calm Mind. It's such a Calm Mind. I hope someone will roast me about that. Does get Aerial Ace, which I've found useful against like Chestnut. What else does it do? It does a lot. It's such a good Pokemon. Such a good Pokemon. It gets that Sandstorm for other leagues that allow status Z moves, which we are not one of those, but we don't like to see the world burn. Again, it's pretty, I mean, it has okay bulk, and I'm sorry if you keep hearing stuff, my sister's doing something. It gets 91 in HP, 90 defense, 90 in special defense, and it can live hits, it can live a hit, and then probably kill something. Up next, he has a Leavanny, probably the, I would say the third best Sticky Webber in the format. It's pretty good. Also can set up like Agility and Baton Pass, can set up a Swords Dance and Baton Pass. It cannot do both at the same time, but it can set up a Calm Mind and Baton Pass. It can be it gets Heal Bell. It can be a support Pokemon with the screens knockoff. It can again set up Sticky Webs. Yeah, really good Pokemon. Magic Coat, so it can bounce back other things. Really good. It's a great Tier 5 in my opinion. Really good budget Tier 5. 103 in the attack, so it actually hits pretty hard. 92 speed is nothing to laugh at. So there's that. And finally, he has a Zebstrika, a really bad Pokemon. 116 speed's really good though. 100 in attack. Watch out for that banded Wild Charge. That's about it. This Pokemon's bad. Dude, shout out to my phone. Keep ringing. I'm an important person. But it does get Sapsipper, so we have to watch out with Kartana. If he brings this with Sapsipper, we can't lock ourselves into Leaf Blade. Let's get into our team, so I can wrap this video up and go get sleep, and then battle tomorrow. Hopefully. Up first, we have our best pivot Pokemon of the team. Usain Jolt. Now, the point of this team, I explain usually what the points of each teams are, and this team is for Pokemon like Bruce and Raiden to sweep at the end. So we're not gonna just find a moment for Kartana to just set up not set up, just get a kill and sweep. This is I'm gonna chip down his team, wait till the right time, then set up with either one depending on the situation. And hopefully we do this well. We've built a good team in my opinion, so let's get into it. So Usain Jolt, Life Orb with Volt Switch, HPI, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt. This hits the majority of his team. Can 2-ko a lot of it actually. Oh, whoops, we're offline for some reason, so let's just work on flying. Hopefully I didn't mess up the video. So Jolteon actually puts a number on his team. HPI will 2-ko Thundurus. Thunderbolt 2-kos Toxapex if he's physically defenses. I think it 2-kos if he's specially too. Shadow Ball 2-kos Metagross. We can't 2-ko Umbreon, sadly, but Thunderbolt does 2-KO. Incineroar, Shadow Ball 2-kos the Golurk. We O-ko the Pidgeot with Thunderbolt. Shadow Ball 2-kos Latias in most situations. Can't really 2-ko the Terrakion, but we do 2-ko the Leavanny with HBIs, and Zebstrika is not coming, so we're not worried about that. Max speed, so we can surely outspeed his entire team, unless he's running Scarfers. Max throw as much as we can in special attack. I didn't want to speed creep anything just because he could throw a surprise Scarf on something slower. Maybe like Scarf, I don't know, Metagross. That would be kind of interesting, Scarf Metagross, but it can happen. And if we outspeed, then we know and we can plan accordingly. But yep, that's our Usain Jolt Pokemon. Up next, we have Tusk, our Piloswine, coming back after a pretty good start last week, rocking Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard. This Pokemon can actually 1v1 Toxapex, and also is our main check to the Thundurus. Thundurus doesn't get much except for Focus Blast, which is going to probably miss, and Icicle Crash will OHKO him. Max HP, max attack, 128 HP, 136 special defense, rocking the Careful Nature, so that way we can live special hits. Thunderous again is a huge threat to our team. Rocking the Thick Fat for Incineroar, so we can live an extra hit. That's about it, though. Up next, we have Team Greg, rocking Sub, Tail Glow, Scald, Ice Beam. I've been changing the set back and forth for a while. I don't know if I'm going to settle on this set. I might change it by game time. But Manaphy has a pretty good matchup this week. I want to swap out Tail Glow for Psychic. And the reason for that is because of Toxapex. If we set up a Tail Glow and we're buying a substitute, I mean, he can still haze us. But, like, we can't set up a substitute. I might take off substitute. I don't know. See, this is another, like, in-game change. Like, we can set up a substitute against the Umbreon and Tailglow and then just completely sweep him. Except then we can't hit Toxapex. Toxapex doesn't get 2-code. He can haze us and then just outstall us. I'll let you guys know by... what's it called? The battle if I change this Manaphy set. But we're not changing the EVs. We're rocking 64 in HP, 192 in speed. We sped crept. What is this fastest Pokemon that doesn't hit 100? Because we're not speeding Torntea anyways. I think we sped crept the Leavanny. Yeah, we sped crept Leavanny. And threw the rest in HP in the max in special attack. Again, we set up a Tail Glow and just sweep, except for Toxapex. If I keep this set, I will let you guys know if I swap it up. Up next, we have a Bruce Hitmonlee with the normal gym Unburden with Fake Out, High Jump Kick, Knockoff, Earthquake. Now, I know Stone Edge kind of hits the Mega Pidgeot and Thundurus T, but you have to look. Like this is another thing. Like, if I run Earthquake, I can hit the Toxapex, the Metagross, and the Zebstrika. If you want to be technical, I'm sure High Jump Kick will kill Zebstrika, but if I put Stone Edge on there, I can't 2-ko. I can't kill the Toxapex. It's that simple. Like, it'll outstall me. And even if he runs like max HP, max defense, Earthquake won't 2-ko him, even with Adamant. So we have to get chip damage on before we start attacking with this thing. We have to basically kill Toxapex. Toxapex just stopped like 90% of our sweeps. That's why we need to set up on things like Umbreon or something else if we can. And if we do that, we can just win. Not really worried. So, yeah. Max attack with Adamant, max speed. Unburden will boost double our speed set, and we will outspeed like everything. Up next, we have Raiden the Charizard, rocking the Charizard X. Again, we sped crept. What did we do? We sped crept something. Can't remember. I don't think it was the Elite Vanning because I think we are gonna set up a Dragon Dance. Oh, it was this set like outspeeds Scarf, Metagross, Rock Polish, Metagross at +1. Yeah, something like that. I'll make sure after the battle. I know I put it like this for a reason, but again, Dragonet's Outrage, Earthquake Roost just hits his entire team. I don't think he has a Fairy type. They can swap in. I made this team a while ago, and I'm just not doing this, so I need to. This is me mainly reminding myself about everything I did. But this thing again is a great wall breaker. We're gonna use it as I mean, depending on what it brings, I might use it either like mid early game or like super late game. It's better late game, I understand, but like depending on the situation and what he brings, I might want to bring it early game because like if he doesn't bring the Umbreon, we're gonna have a hard time setting up. But if he does, we'll keep it in the back just so we can. So the 44 in HP allows us to take Foul Place just a little better, not super, but a little. And finally, we have Tori the Mesprit rocking the Assault Vest with Ice Beam, Psyshock, U-Turn, Shadow Ball. This is a lot of his team, just a good pivot Pokemon. Again, we needed something else to live a hit from the Thunderous Tea because Thunderous Tea puts a huge dent on us. Thunderous Tea is probably the one thing I'm most scared of right now. This is just another response to it. Ice Beam is a 2-coat. Thunderbolt is not unless he's like Modest Specs or something like that. Even Modest Life Orb might 2-co us, so we have to watch out for that. But Tori can live a lot of hits, and yeah, so there's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this team voter. Again, what is your favorite Gen 5 Pokemon? Again, mine is that young Zoroark. Zoroark is a beautiful Pokemon, so yeah, I'm gonna get about. Thank you guys for watching. If this battle is not battle, if this video is a little up late, like a few days late, it's because I will not be home the next few days. I'm either gonna try to get it out tonight, or if we battle tonight, or if we don't battle tonight, I'm gonna upload it like Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, depending again when I get home. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna get about, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.